Joining us by Skype is Essam Nagy. He is the Sat7 reporter who interviewed little Myriam. Essam, thanks for joining us. And what can you tell us about Myriam? What do you know about her?
Myriam, she's a 10 years old girl from Iraq. She had been displaced from her place in Karakosh, and now she's living in a mall in Erbil. She was very active at school, and she has a very lovely smile, and most of it, she has a very lovely heart as well. And I think, Gary, this is the best part that we have been encountered because Myriam herself had educated me in the sense of that she had a lot of hope that no one else could know about it. It's like a pearl in the sand. You have to dig in order to get her up and let her speak.
Yeah, well tell me, Essam, how did you find her? How did you come about
Uh,
knowing her or interviewing her?
no, actually, we were interviewing many kids at the camp at that day, in the mall at the day, and I found Myriam so persistent in talking to me. She held my hand for more than 45 minutes. Between the interviews, just picking my hand very firmly, and she want to talk to me. And after I finished all the interview, I just asked her, Myriam, what would you like to share? What would you like to tell us? She replied that she would like to say her story for the whole world. Would you please be able to take my voice to the whole world? I said to her, okay, for sure, just tell me your story. And she started to say what she had in her heart.
And what do you know about her family? What can you tell us about them? Does she have brothers, sisters? And what did they do in Karakosh?
She uh, she only has one sibling, one girl, her sister, Zomorod, and her father and her mother. They educated their children in a very good manners, and she really loves their parents. She loves them in a way that they only teach her how to sing, how to love each others, and we really can feel this amount of burst of love that's coming out of Myriam. They are just modest family, and they are like hundreds others family that come out from their places, displaced by ISIS, and went to live in Erbil.
And what impressed you the most about what she told you?
Uh, the way she talks about things, and you can see, Gary, that she has some kind of very deep truth in her voice and in her eyes as well. When you see a 10 years old girl, and when I thanked her at the end of the interview, she told me, I thank you. You taught me a lot. And when I asked her, what did I taught you? She told me, you didn't taught me, you just felt for me. Can you imagine, like, 10 years old girl in this situation, lost everything behind her, and she's just full of hope, and she sings for Jesus, and she sings of about the hope that she's living in every day, aside from whatever is happening. She's really have something important in her heart, and a big message of love and forgiveness to the people who persecuted her and for the whole world.
And
This is what
Essam,
impressed me.
you can really see the joy on her face and in the way she
Yes.
speaks. I mean, she encouraged so many Christians. Why do you think this video has gone viral, at least in the Christian community?
I think we need to see the truth and the light inside the darkness. Myriam is living in a very not good environment, in the sense of the word, but she can say, and she bears a lot of peace inside her. And I think every one of the people living in the Middle East and abroad would love to see this amount of hope. First of all, for the people in the Middle East, because they need that hope. And for people abroad to know that everything in the Middle East is not that bad. We still had these jewels and this candlelight still shining even in the darkness.
And how is she doing now, she and her family?
She is great. We had a call last week during the live program we make at Sat7 Kids, and she was so amazed by the music and the editing we made for her song, and she was so happy to hear her voice. Really. Have been touched a lot of hearts of people's hearts all around the world. So Myriam is she was having like three wishes, and we've been able in Sat7 to accomplish two of them. First of all, to bring her voice to the whole world, and we're trying to do that nowadays her video has reached more than 3 million people.
Wow.
And like more than 500,000 views. So it's big. So this was her first wish. Her second wish was like she was so successful at school, and since 3 weeks ago she joined a school in the place that she is living in now. Her third wish, that we hope that we could deliver this to her, that she's looking for her friend Sandra. We don't know anything about Sandra, but we hope we can accomplish things to Myriam as well in that aspect.
Well, how then can we pray for Myriam, her family, and even Sandra? Maybe we should pray that they're reunited someday. But what should we pray,
Exactly.
Sam? What should we pray?
First of all, just pray to this kind of faith and peace, Gary, to still to be nurtured more and more in these people's heart, because they are changing the world without they even know how impactful their stories are getting too. And I think it's very important for people in the West to know that we need to pray for these kids in order for this single small bit of light to still, shining inside their hearts and minds, and to keep their souls and their stories as well to go through the whole world, so many people know how much we still have faith, and these kids still have faith in their hearts in spite of all what's going on around them.
And the need is still there for help from the West, from America, from others in the Middle East. And we just want to thank you, Essam Nagy of SAT7, for joining us today. We appreciate you. We appreciate SAT7 and your ministry. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Gary. And I would like everyone to know, if you would like to know more about the story, you just go to sat7usa.org. You will find a lot of things there.
Okay. And of course, we'll also have links on our blog and our website. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.